Faders of the Lost Art.
What's up, guys? Welcome to Faders of the Lost Art. We're here live at NAMM 2024. We are absolutely honored to have some of the most legendary, some of the most iconic people in the building, engineers, producers, music makers, taste makers, plugin developers, and creators, all in one room, all in one chair. It's crazy. Welcome, guys. And for those of you that don't know, you should be ashamed of yourselves. This is the legendary Mike Dean, and the young Dave Pensado himself, in the flesh, in the building.
I'm not legendary.
You're young. You fall in the lil and the young category.
He's super legendary.
You're double, triple OG.
He's iconic.
Oh, absolutely iconic. Triple OG status over here. So what's up, guys? How we doing? What's news? What are we working on?
I mean, in my world, I'm trying to get a mix out a day, maybe 2 mixes a done, and having fun. Like, no reason to do this if you're not having fun.
That's right.
And helping people, helping people have a nice life. And
there's so many invaluable quotes that I can quote you on, Dave. I mean, it's if it's not a job if you're having fun doing it, and at the same time, vice versa, right?
Huh?
And vice versa. Why would you do it if it's not fun?
I've never had a job.
Exactly.
Wait a minute. Let me go back in time.
You had a job before, didn't you? You used to do sound for the Almond Brothers. The Osmonds. You played guitar for the Osmonds or something.
Yeah, something like that.
You played guitar for the Osmonds, I think. Is that true?
That's a long time ago. Well, I grew up with the Almonds.
Yeah.
Well, with Greg and his brother.
In Florida, yeah.
Yeah. Started a couple bands with Bob from Skinner.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's true.
That's crazy.
Yep.
That's my favorite band when I was a kid.
Yep. Yeah. Skinner, man, legendary. Hung out with the Skinner boys. Bob
Burns was one of the original Skinner guys, right. And he was too nice for this world. That's just what it is. There's people like that, and we had bands together, and he had brain trouble.
That's true, yeah.
Yeah, he led a sad life.
No,
and everybody took advantage of it. Everybody.
Yeah.
Wow.
He was the manager or in the band? He was in the band.
Well, he didn't know how bands worked and how money worked, and so when he left, Skinner was a company. They had stock. Every person had stock, and so when Bob left, they just took his stock and divided it up. That's against the law. And so I come by maybe 3 or 4 albums in, and I'm like, man, you be rich with this. He goes, why? I'm like, oh my gosh. So there's a lawyer in Atlanta, I forget his name, but everybody knows him. And so he got probably, I'm guessing, but he probably had that lawyer got Bob probably something like $80,000, something like that. No, not 80,000. Yeah, it was closer to the millions.
Yeah, 800 maybe.
Yeah, 800,000. Yeah. And
what have you been working on?
I've been trying to stay away from labels.
Yeah.
Because they send a 10-year-old over there to tell you what to do. It's not like the old days where if you didn't tell us it was good, you never got to do it again. Because like we were like $7,000 just to check to do something,
Yeah.
And so nobody wanted to spend that. So we never had a tweak.
Right.
Yeah, just to pull up,
Right.
yeah, because you had to
Rent the whole studio. Yep.
You had to rent the outboard gear. You had to do a recall. You had to pay Dave $6,500.
Yep.
No.
But those days will never come back.
Yeah, for sure. The days of abundant budgets.
Yeah. Yeah.
Speaking of good old stories and the good old days, of the ones that are shareable and we can share, you guys have any stories of either being on the road or being in the studio? What's the craziest time or craziest thing, one of the craziest stories?
I mean, I think everybody knows the story when Dave took my mixing room
Oh,
at
yeah.
the Enterprise. I don't know.
I don't know. Let's hear it. Let's hear it.
I mean,
Well,
I worked in the studio. What was it? Studio C, the cabin.
Yeah, but I tricked you.
I know.
I was leaving on a Friday, and I said to Tom, "Can I
Can I get a room?
work in Mike's room?" And so I never left.
Oh, wow.
Because I was in Studio C, the shitty room,
I know.
and I tuned it to where it sounded so good,
It sounded great.
and then I lost it. It was good. It pushed me to try new things. You know?
Recalibrate.
Yeah.
That's good.
You remember that photo I got with a little sign saying "Do not use
Hire this
mix"?
guy.
That was that time.
Wow.
Yeah.
And Mike was the bigger man.
Well, so tell me about your podcast. Like, it's new to me.
So, Faders of the Lost Art is basically engineers coming together, round table. Basically, talk about our favorite stuff, like either new stuff we've been working on. We always try and like school each other on what new plugins are out.
Doing what was the Eddie song that he always played that you played on the keyboard, and I'm like, how'd you do that?
Which song?
Yeah,
The Van Halen solo.
Oh, Eruption.
Eruption. Yeah,
I love that song. Yeah.
I can't even play that on a guitar, much less a piano.
You know what I
That's
came
not it.
across the other day, Dave? A folder full of drum sounds called D1, D2. Like, you remember we used to exchange end-of-day sounds?
Yeah,
Like, at the end of the day, he would take a DAT and record a solo, each kick, snare, hi-hat,
Man.
some kind of hits, and I would do the same. And after we knew each other for a couple of years, I know he'd always use my kicks,
yeah,
and I always used his hi-hats when we were tricking.
yeah.
It's crazy.
Yeah. We were always collaborative.
Speaking of which, how many terabytes or how many gigs is your samples folder these days?
I don't even know.
You know how big mine.
I know it's in
But,
the hundreds
but,
for sure. Just kicks.
I've got some really good ones now
let's
that
do a
I made
swap
up
now,
myself. And so can you remind me and get them to him?
Absolutely.
That'd be cool.
We
I'll
definitely
get you
need
some
to
stuff,
be
too.
sharing sounds. Y'all definitely need to be out there sharing sounds with your friends.
Yeah, don't be stingy with your shit.
Yeah, that's how music grows and evolves. We got to just push each other to that
It's
next
not,
level.
actually, back in the 90s, remember, that was a big deal. Like, somebody would ask me for a drum sound, I'd tell them to go fuck off.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
That was your whole thing, like-
yeah.
You couldn't get your drum sounds off of, Beat Club or whatever,
Yeah.
whatever site that you get your stuff on.
Splice or whatever.
Reddit. You couldn't go to Reddit and
Yeah. No way.
get unlimited drum sounds. You had to, collect your sounds from
Yeah.
fucking samples.
And same with mix techniques. I always tell people I credit Dave with being the pioneer of letting the cat out of the bag with mix techniques. Dave was definitely the first one, because back in the day, right, we'd put a piece of paper or turn the gear backwards or hide a piece of gear, our favorite piece of gear.
Let me share this with you. Let me share this with you guys. Like if you've got a kick drum, and you've got a client, not yourself but a client, you want to try and stay as close to the original for that client with that kick drum. So usually, more often than not, that his kick drum is missing something. And so don't anybody tell Jason Joshua this, but we have a kick drum sample that fills in all the middle of the sound. So you add that to the sound and trigger it with trigger the
Drum replacement.
drum replacement. And then you hear it, you play it, and you go, no, maybe I need to have a little bit more 2.5, you know, which is a frequency I hate, but I like using it. And so you reassemble it, and then you listen to it. You listen to the original, and if it's close enough, you keep it, and if it's not, you keep it.
Yeah, you got to. I respect the producer's choices on sound. You know what I mean? Like, like you say, you can do stuff to try to reinforce it, but don't.
Yeah.
You know,
Don't swap it. I think
don't say fuck your ref. You know, I disagree with that. You know.
Yeah.
I think
I honor the ref. You know.
Slowly but surely, I've been seeing that a lot lately, and myself included in the industry, where we respect the rough a lot more. And Dave brought a great point the other day to me about that, which is people spend so much more time perfecting the rough and producing the rough to exactly how they want it, that it's not necessarily a day and age where we want everything turned upside down.
When I first started mixing for Kanye, I took the song and took all the plugins off and started over like I always used to do.
Yeah.
And he's like, whoa.
Yeah.
But from that point on, I start where they left off. I don't try to reinvent the wheel, you know?
Yeah, I think so.
It saves you a lot of headache. It saves you pulling your hair out. You still got all your hair. Apparently you're not pulling your hair out.
It does. So much so to the point that I ask all my clients to take the exact file, session file or stems, put it into a brand new session, and listen back to it themselves before they send me the files to make sure that it matches the rough, like to even one step further prevent any loss in translation. So every time I get files, like I know that the artist double checked them in a brand new session, so everything that I'm getting lines up and matches.
Nico, I'll tell you this. Whenever I take a session, I've got a little blue book. And so I ask them some things, and the first thing I say is, who do you want to buy this record? And everybody goes, I never thought about that. Like, might be time to think about that. You know what I'm saying?
Who's your target?
Yeah. And you know, one thing I've been telling people a lot lately is, like, especially my older friends, is that there needs and there is a market for the, let's say, for example, 40 to 50-year-olds. And it's not the exact same market that the 18 to 25-year-olds are listening to.
Yeah, you just got to boost like 2 to 5K, like with a 10 dB.
Do you see Sam anywhere? Do you see Sam?
Yeah, Sam's right here.
So check this out. Sam, my boy, right here in front of you.
Shout out Sam.
It's not
What's
a day
that?
goes by. Well, it's not.
Hey, what's up?
It's not a days go by. We do a mix. There's not a day goes by. Goes. Let's put some. Let's put some Mike Dean in there.
Yeah.
So that means that the little ad lib things, and he's brilliant at it.
Yeah.
Oh, like reverbs on ad lib.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
yeah. And so am I lying?
Yeah, we got presets in some of our reverbs that are, you know, called Mike Dean ad libs and stuff like that.
I'm not lying to you. I'm not lying, am I? Put some Mike Dean in it, especially the choruses. You know.
That's cool.
Yeah, and it all started with that first one where I had the bass guitar, the bass on it. I can't remember why I had the bass, but name some of the older guys. The guy.
Travis Scott.
Yeah, but
Famous
but
mumble rappers.
anyway, there was a song that he had, and Sam and I ripped that off so much.
I mean, that's what hip hop is. It's borrowing and reimagining and, you know, being inspired by shit.
Yeah, but that's a true story.
What are some of your guys' latest favorite vocal plugins? So what are you guys doing on vocals? It could be old stuff. It could be new stuff.
Yes, I just use the same shit I've always used. I use the 1073 still use that stupid Bomb Factory Fairchild 660.
Wow.
That's my compressor for my vocal.
Wow.
That's a great plugin.
Great plug-in.
I wish I still had the old filter bank that you showed me in like 1996 or some shit.
Yeah.
Remember the first filter bank? It was so good. It was like, that's why I use the 1073s now, you know, plugins.
I have never done the same mix twice with a vocal.
Yeah, me either.
I can't. I hate myself.
I mean, we look back at the day.
You know me.
I agree.
You worked with me.
I agree. So instead of your all-time favorites, what are some of the new ones that you got?
The new one is Clarity.
Clarity by Waves.
Yeah, and what that does is it's an AI type plugin, and what I do is I like this microphone. Play close attention. So you're singing. Now there's this gap right here is going to allow a lot of different room sound to come in, and so when the room sound comes in to your vocal, it makes the vocal go back in the mix. You don't want that, and
So get closer to the mic.
yeah,
Right.
So what you do is you take that out, and it really works good. It works great.
Really?
And then now I don't have to worry about the
It does
atmosphere.
proximity still? Like,
Yeah,
How much-
takes it all out.
How much on the knob are you turning it? Because I started using it. I was in a tough situation.
If the knob was a clock, it varies on every sound. You have to move it. But
Depending
most
on the
often,
level, right?
most often it ends up about 8 o'clock.
8 o'clock. Okay, so just a little like 20-25%
Yeah,
kind of thing.
yeah. Usually I'm between like 7 o'clock and 8 o'clock.
Okay.
I get a lot of plugins, and so I have my favorite plugin, and then 2 years later, I love another plugin.
Yeah.
Oh, it's cycles. You go through.
Yeah.
You guys know.
Like I
You know what I've been
use-
stuck on? Go ahead.
I still use, like even when I first making it, remember I've used the SSL EQ and then insert a Neve
Yeah.
1073 or 1081 going to
Yeah. Yeah.
3369 on every vocal channel.
Yeah.
And I'll still do that
It's great. It's
You know what I
just
mean?
it's great.
so you can have the best of both worlds. Because I use that SSL channel strip and the UAD 1073 and it, that pretty
Yeah.
much gets it. Anything beyond that, I use an EQ7.
Say that again.
EQ7.
Oh.
Pro
Wow.
Tools, I have it stock.
Wow.
I use that plug in half my EQs as well.
Wow.
What kind of gain reduction are you doing?
When I'm tracking on the CL1D, I hit like 10, 12 dB.
Okay.
I smack the shit out of it on the way in. It's
Okay.
risky, I wouldn't do that unless you
Unless you know what you're
know what the
doing,
fuck
or
you're doing.
yeah.
Five to 11 or whatever.
When I was a kid, I used to tour with a Marshall amp, wide ass fucking open. So I like
Me too.
distortion. And then when I started pretending to be like I was a mix engineer, I still love. He'll tell you.
Yeah, gang. Guys, I have a special guest to add to the podcast. What's up? My brother, Nickie Jon Pabón.
Nickie, what's up,
Legendary
buddy? Good to see you
engineer.
again, man. Good to see you.
Legendary.
how is
engineer.
everything?
Good, man. Good. We're just shooting the shit. Now we could actually go head to head. Some new school and some old school. But no, I'm just playing. How you doing, Nickie?
Pleasure, man. I just got here, so just trying to catch some vibes, see
Dope.
what the new stuff is talking about.
Yeah, we're over here chopping it up with new plugins. Actually, a new plugin that I think is really cool is called Music Hack. It's like a mastering plugin, and it's very heavy-handed. So same deal, like I'm using like 1 to 4% on it, and you could definitely overdo it. But it's like crazy top end, crazy low end, and then you could smash it to crap. So check out Music Hack.
I just started using the Plugin Alliance True Peak limiter.
Oh,
My
dope.
masters, yeah.
Taupe? Taupe?
No, it's called True Peak.
Oh, I
It's
don't
just
know.
the True Peak limiter. That's all I use it for.
Oh, okay.
So I smash the shit out of my mix bus into it, and it's good.
You guys use Good Math at all?
No.
Haven't tapped in yet. I've heard
Yeah,
of it
Good Math is I'm gonna butcher it, but it's a algorithmic calculation rounding situation where it gets you like a dB louder without moving the meters at all.
I can't. I'm not that good.
It's some next level shit. There's no knobs, no nothing. You just put it on.
though. Yeah.
So
Looks like
yeah,
that.
I can do that.
yep, it's pretty rad.
Yeah, I can handle that one.
When I do a mix and I think I'm done, it's already mastered. I don't I like mastering guys to master me, but well, no. Let's rephrase that.
You know, it's
There's an
sometimes
island somewhere really mastering me.
when somebody asks me, "Is this mastered?" I don't know what to say. You know, do you like give it up that it's like it could be 0.1 dB louder, or I could get it, or is it like that's
Because it's already hitting like
yeah.
-6, -5. Yeah.
And I gave it my all, but then I always surprise myself when I'll go throw it in a new session, the 2-track, and I'm like, all it is are you beating it or not? And if you could beat it, that's all that matters. That's how I see it.
Nickie, you gotta get off the road, man. You look thin. Where did you go?
Oh, don't worry. I got some sustain under this sweater. I've been putting in some gym work. It's disguised right now under the sweatsuit, but I'm on it.
How's the big man? Is he taking care of him really good?
Everything's smooth, man. He just Jack just went to France. He got some fashion show stuff going on over there, so it's kind of perfect that NAMM ended up here because I've been in Kentucky really since the top of last year, living with him and just working on the stuff, working on the music. So I'm liking this time off that I got right now.
Yeah, tell him I said.
Oh yeah, he loves you. I'll let him know. Thank you.
Thanks, man.
And same for you, Mike. Like we need to get together for some Jack stuff.
No, he likes me better than Mike.
It's a battle. It's a battle right now.
Okay.
I can't lie.
Not for mixing. This is for making
I'll give you
beats.
exactly.
I'll give you $500 and you can be the better guy.
No, you will not.
Yeah,
I'm sorry.
No, it's all good. I love being here with y'all. It's good to see you.
Yeah. Good to see everybody here.
Yeah,
really.
Definitely, bro. Thank you so much for joining us, man. So, let's talk about bass. Give me some secrets on bass.
The biz,
man.
The biz, man.
So, plugins, techniques. What do you do? What do you don't do?
Where's that?
Again, honor the bass.
Huh?
Don't put like high pass filters on it. Don't fuck it up, basically.
Gain
That's one
station
thing.
for real. I don't think
Gain
there's
station.
anything that's as efficient to deal with low end because I love the sound of the Pultec, but the gain station is just like that. On
That is a
fire.
Pultec built in there.
Exactly. So, but the air quality, the fact that you can go through the different pre's, it's just like so. I don't know. That's like a
thank you.
perfect plugin,
Appreciate it.
especially for low end kicks
You
included.
tried that?
There's-
You
there's
tried
a-
the plug-in?
There's a Blue Cat plugin. I can't remember the name because Sam.
It's called Destructor.
Yeah, Destructor. And by the way, I'm not trying to sell anything, but go to my Instagram, and I've got
Link in bio.
I've got screenshots of my plugin, so you can go and get the screenshot of what I did with that. And
No, you're changing the game with that.
So what you do is just take that, put it on somewhere else, and just copy the stuff, the numbers out, and put it on yours. That's all you have to do.
He's putting his screenshots of his
Right.
presets all over his Instagram, so y'all
That's
better
good.
go check that out. And I verified like those are the ones. Like I told him, you see a comment, I was like, damn, Dave, this one's a super secret. You letting this one out the bag for real? I had to check him on that. He's like, bro, I'm giving it all away. So y'all go
Yeah.
check that out. But yeah, how do you usually work bass? Any favorite plugins on bass?
Gain station, Pultec. I really like the whole splitting it up into bands and treating the low end of the bass a certain way and the mid range a certain way and getting more crunch out of it. However, that is with distortion. But I think my obsession right now is like being able to hear the bass in its entirety on the phone. You know, a lot of Jack's main references are on the phone. As soon as I send him a mix, the first thing he listens to on the phone, which is kind of a nightmare, but at the same time, it's an opportunity for me to get it to a place where, okay, it sounds like what we recorded. You didn't take it to a whole nother world, but technically, I can hear the 808 better. The kick is cutting. Okay, we've brought it to a place.
What do you use to cut it up, split it up?
EQ, like I'm saying, like I would like
Just-
EQ the
yeah,
low
band
end and
passing.
have that. Yeah, exactly. And
Okay,
it doesn't
cool.
work on everything, but it's
Say,
fun to
What filter do you use to split
Yeah,
it?
what EQ? Pro Q or
Pro Q. Do
Okay.
a Pro Q. I really like the SSL plugin that's from the company, the Channel Strip 2.
That's really good.
I love that plugin because it's one of those, like, I really like the 9000J, the plugin alliance, for that same reason. You put it on and you can just hear the depth, the clarity, without having to engage the EQ, without having to engage the compressor. And I love that in the SSL, that compressor is very unique in the sense of how it bits. It's almost like the RVox, where you bring up the level without necessarily squashing it.
Right.
So I love that.
Crazy.
But yeah, typically the low end comes how it comes from the producers. That's really like where the meat and potatoes is. We got to give it up to them for
Yeah, it's either there or it ain't.
What I do is, you remember the old B15 flip top amps? Do you remember those? There's two companies that has them perfect. One of them is UAD. And man, take all the stuff you're doing and put a little pinch of that in there, and you get the sweetest 40, the sweetest 32.
Wow.
And I get more compliments on that than anything. It's just so good. Yeah.
One thing that I learned from Dave, tried and true, is the Brainworks sub-synth.
Yeah.
That thing is impressive. And if it weren't always inactive on my bass bus, I might forget about it. But sometimes, you just put it back in and you forget how good it is.
Yeah.
The Destructor, the old Tube Screamer.
The Tube Screamer, there's one from Mercurial. Mercurial, and it's free.
It's free.
And it's got a little switch on it, which mimics a really good switch that somebody put on the real one. And
that's crazy.
You get it. It's for free. In fact, go to Mercurial, because they've got some incredibly great stuff for free. And I talked to the guy there, and wow.
Dimension D on 808s.
Yeah.
Got that from Dave as well. And then I'll give you all a secret that hasn't been out there. I haven't heard too many other engineers talk about it, but BOD Overdrive, the guitar pedal.
Yeah.
There's a free version out there.
Yeah.
BOD Overdrive, I put that on bass, and that actually helps me cut through on the phone a lot. And I'm talking just like -50, like barely throwing the fader up on parallel.
Like you're sitting there and you're working and you're putting stuff together and you play the bass, and like, that's pretty good. It's just missing that last little thing, and then I always forget about that thing, so I always go to Sam and say, Sam, what was that one? That was that plug-in, and so we have to go every plug-in.
What about this one? What about that? No,
but it's good.
no,
It's worth
no.
it. It's worth it. It's black. It's black and gray and gold, right?
Yeah, black and yellow.
Yeah.
No,
I
that's
like it where you can hear stuff in the phone well. Just by the way I master stuff. Once you get to that certain distortion level, it starts just warms up and everything starts. The low end starts sounding really good on the phone.
Are you a plug-in mastering, analog mastering kind of
All
guy?
plug-in.
All plug-ins?
Everything
Same.
goes to a need 50-60 in a mixed room, and I run that till it's red and back off a dB,
Nice.
and then I smack into the Pro Tools as loud as I can. Add about 10 more dB.
Say it again now.
I'm hitting the need 50-60, like Rupert told me when he made it, to hit red and then back off of it. Like a dB.
Oh, okay.
And that goes into the Goliaths, and then smack like 10 more dB of leveling to the Pro Tools. Smacking the shit out.
Oh, yeah. Just cramper all the way down.
I've only got 3 plugins on my master chain now. The good shit.
For a while.
EQ, limiter, and then brick wall. That's it.
Nice.
I quit using the L2007 finally. It's kind of a sad day when I stopped. But
Well, I mean,
it was sad to look back at all the mixes I did before I discovered what I didn't like about it.
Right.
And what was it in particular?
Doing something to my mix. So it's
It wasn't an area specifically. It was just an overall. Because what I feel
Just
like
on the
is-
high end, it just kind of
Okay.
it's a little shadow on it.
every person on this bench could take the same exact plug-in and it would sound different.
Of course, yeah.
Even a two-knobber like that.
It's all everything's subjective.
And I tried to do it and sound like you guys. It's different. It's always different, right, Mike?
Yeah, exactly. You try to sound like somebody, you'll drive yourself crazy. I remember Dave was the first person I watched mix a song that sounded really bad and made it into a hit. The Macy Gray song, I'll never forget.
Oh no, that was a good song.
No, I'm saying it was a great good song, but
Yeah.
it sounded bad, like the tones.
Yep.
And he took that song and made it like, I sat there for like 30 minutes and it was just like, boom. I was
Insane.
like, that's how you mix a song. It's like,
No, I was blessed enough to get to watch him do that every day.
yeah, that's great.
Every day. I'm like, man, I don't know how we're going to get to where we need to go. And then you go to the bathroom for 5 minutes and come back, and all of a sudden it sounds like a record, and you're like, what the hell happened? That was less than 5 minutes. So Dave's absolutely legendary with it. There's something, I've heard talks about how to finish a mix with this or that, and it's just something in your brain, in your head, I think, that's in your ear, really. You're just like, It's either you know or you don't.
I mean, I don't know if this is true or not. So, but I do know that I do this a lot. At some point when I'm sitting down, maybe I have to be there for about an hour. Something goes off in my brain, and I don't hear sound. I hear emotion. And so now my brain is leading me to get a great groove going. And if you've got a groove, it's over because a groove is more pleasing to everybody than the sound of the thing. And then I try and figure out how to make it like vibey,
Right.
and put stuff in there that the labels will tell me to take out.
I think I got it, Dave. You know how we've been talking lately about making a plugin that affects your groove and feel? I think I got it. Okay, so imagine like an NLS bus. Something that you can put across multiple buses that will kind of talk to each other.
Yeah.
But instead of messing with the tones or the distortion or whatever, it actually messes with the timing of it, right? So you can put it in like you have different... Like a swing. Yeah, exactly. So you could choose different swings for different sections.
Way to get fired.
That's dangerous.
Definitely. But
Especially
if you
for
know...
a mixer that's getting it after the fact.
Right. But if you know what you're looking for, it can get you there. I think we're gonna have to work on that, guys. I think.
Do you remember the old drum machines from '60s, and they had a button on it, and you turn that button to 60, and it give you the greatest thing I've ever heard. And I'm not.
You talking about the Rhythm Ace?
No, it had the squares like that on the front.
Yeah.
It's a 60, something 60.
It's not like an SP something.
Almost.
Lin 9000.
Huh? Oh,
The Forat. Remember Bruce Forat?
Yeah,
He used to
yeah.
use Bruce Forat's.
Man,
little sample.
that's where
Plays all his drum
our
solos.
kick drums came. Remember, our kick drums coming out of that thing.
Oh, it's amazing.
It was amazing, and it was so.
It's just like MPC, but it was a rack mount.
MPC 60.
Oh, those? Okay.
Yeah, that's it. That's
The
that's the
MPC
drum
60?
machine. You could sit. You can make it do. What's the name?
You can make it trigger.
Well, no, I'm what's his name? The guy that invented New Jack Swing.
Oh, fucking Teddy.
Well, that's how you got New Jack Swing.
Yeah, it's 67 on there.
Yeah.
67% swing is New Jack.
Yeah.
I just bought a bunch of drum machines. I just bought an 808, a 909, a Lin drum. Got my VMX rebuilt.
Nice.
Really whole drum machine station. I bought this little box that puts out 4 gen syncs. And you can shift each drum machine until they're locked or everything.
So, Mike, legend is every single piece of equipment, synth, everything's live and hooked up in your studio. Tell us a little bit about that.
Yeah, it's just I have 64 inputs, 64 DI. Everything's live, it's making a huge template.
Wow, that's crazy. How long did it take you to make that template?
We remake it every few months.
Right, couple hours over years and years.
As long as you know where everything is,
Right. Well, awesome, dude.
Wow, I'm sitting here with I'm trying to hear that in my head.
What's that? The drum machine?
Yeah. Do you play one to try and get the one you like to fit that moment?
Yeah, it's just
Or you got a
whatever
favorite?
you're going for. If you're doing house music in 909, you're doing pop or R&B's, 808. It's just a different vibe to use the machine instead of using samples. You're getting them all modded now where you can tune different drums and make the links of the analog sounds longer, like different ADSRs and stuff. Pretty cool.
That's sick.
Yeah.
That's sick. Like, I like a lot. Like, there's a new ASR10 hack where you can, swap out the ASR10 floppy drive for.
Oh yeah, you can get an SD drive. Yeah, that's not new.
And-
They've had those since forever.
I mean, like just the new tech on the old stuff.
Yeah.
I like that they're not necessarily reinventing because they're not giving you a whole new machine, but they're modding it, right?
Right,
So they're
yeah.
coming out with newer stuff that we could still use our vintage sounds.
Yeah, I'm about to buy MPC 4000. I think it's the last real analog MPC
Right.
that you can actually hook up USB.
The
sound
60 sounded best, but the 3000 was that's
That's the one I use. Remember?
Yeah.
And all the Scarface shit was the 3000.
Yeah. I never played with a 4000 though.
It's just like a 3000, but it's just got actually like a 60 gig hard drive in it.
Did old man Lynn do it or?
Yeah, it's a lid.
No, man.
But yeah, I've got to hit
All
the
right.
road. I've gotta
Sounds
get-
good, Mike. Thank you so much, man.
Thanks for having me, man.
Pleasure's all mine. Mike Dean, legendary.
Dirty Dave.
I tell you what, man.
Let's get together after NAMM, for real.
For real
We
this
keep
time.
saying it.
All right. On that note, Faders of the Lost Art, we appreciate you guys. We're here live in NAMM 2024. Thanks so much, Mike Dean in the flesh, Dave Pensado, Nickie Jon Pabón in the building. Legendary status over here, y'all. Appreciate you guys. We'll catch you next time.
Don't forget to share, comment, like, and subscribe. And see you next time on Faders of the Lost Art.